Hello. Hello, you beautiful soul. So I had a message today come through for, I'm hearing a sacred mirror that is framed in divinity. That's what I just heard. Because I heard mirror earlier, but Spirit just took it like a step further with that one. So this message actually, I channeled it maybe, I don't know, like a couple weeks ago, but I have had so many messages come through all the time. And, I'm just one person. So I was flipping through my notebook and I saw this, and I actually had a couple of other things that came through to add to the message. So here we are. Right. This message is for somebody. Spirit was saying that you turn people on. The birds are yelling right now. 101 as I look up, that could resonate. You turn people on to what their soul desires, is what I was hearing. And it is something about your energy, or maybe like this mystery that you carry. And it all just lures people in, right? This, whether it's your aura, your energy, like I said, just something about you lures people in. They just want to, dive deeper into you, right? And they think that it's you. 144 is the look up. They think that it's you, right? They're like, ooh, maybe they want to latch on or attach to you, or, you know what I'm saying. If this resonates with you, you already know what I'm saying. And so, they think that it's you, but it's that you're simply a mirror, right? You are mirroring to them their own divinity. And I feel like Spirit, the reason why Spirit was like, you're framed in this divinity is because you have uncovered and polished up 222, as I'm saying this, polished yourself up, just really have, I'm hearing like remembered who you are, right? Like you remembered all the beautiful details of your own divinity, right? Of your own frame. And the frame for the portal, the mirror that you are, right? So you mirror to people their own divinity. And there's a cat that's like yelling. Poor guy. My neighbor's cat gets upset with their dogs. Let's hold some space for him for just a second. Pause for the kitty cat. All right. Can't ignore all these sacred little babies. And okay, so your divinity, you're the mirror, and it is the mystery and the depth within themselves, right, that they are truly seeking, and you are mirroring that to them. So there was this message coming through about sexual energy, right, and our ability to awaken and balance and work with this sexual energy and this creative energy. And so the second part of the message that was coming through was about how there's, two ends of the stick, and we want to be able to use our stick in a balanced way, right? And so on that scale, it was like having this leaky, kundalini, leaky sexual energy, right? And I had the colander analogy come through, and I can go further into that because that was just confirmation for me on my own personal work that I do with Spirit, my own personal missions that I have here and whatever. Anyways, that's not the point. So the colander thing came through, and it was like, whenever you don't have proper containment of this sexual energy, it's like trying to hold your sacred energy with a colander, right? And I learned this early in my medicine walk in the form of our sacred energy, right? And my mentor would use the colander versus a bowl, like a good, solid, sturdy medicine bowl that you would use to contain your energy, right? And it's like, you want to use something solid, you want to use something sturdy, you want to be able to control and contain your own sexual energy, and not use a colander where it can just like leak out. And this can manifest when you're in this energy of being stuck in like lust energies, right? Or lust patterns, these cycles that of interactions that are based in lust and leaking out this sexual energy, right? And then the other end of the stick was fear and stagnancy of this sexual energy. And it was like a fear of not being enough, or a fear, fill in the blank. It's a fear thing. And a stagnancy, it's like you fear your own power, you fear your own sexuality, because of shame, guilt, conditioning, programming, whatever. And so for this message, I feel like either way, regardless of where you're at on the stick, or maybe you've always had a balanced energy, Spirit was saying that you have really learned to contain your energy, I guess, like contain your power, respect your power, love your power, honor your power, and use your power with respect, honor, and, and be intentional with it, right? You're intentional with your power. And because you so beautifully balance and contain the sexual energy, you are just a divine mirror of, or for rather, the people that interact with you, right? And if you made it this far, I know Spirit saying that you are the person that has so much to, or I just saw it 727. You could be seeing 7 something 7. 7 something 7. 717, 727, 737, 777. Anyways, you now have learned to not take offense to other people's, admiration, I guess you could say. I don't know. Or just like staring at you. I know personally for me, I grew up, people always stared at me everywhere I would go, since I was a young child. And I didn't understand why. And I had a little attitude, So I'd be like, oh, what, what you staring at? But I've healed from that and understand people are staring because they're like, can finally see themselves, right? And it's like, your mirror is clean. It's, you reflect clarity, is what I'm hearing, right? Your mirror is clean. You've done so much inner work and shadow work and inner child work and healing and quantum shifting and reprogramming and all of these beautiful things. And you provide clarity for other people just through your existence, just by being yourself and being the beautiful, mirror framed in divinity, clean and pure. You you're so sacred, is just what I'm hearing. You're so sacred, you're so needed, you're so wanted right now. You're so needed right now. People need to have clean mirrors to reflect upon so they can truly see who they are, so they can remember who they are, right? This is beautiful and amazing. And yeah, so to get back to the colander thing, if you're interested, I had been doing some really powerful work for the collective when, just whenever I'm called to do it, I'll just sit down and do Reiki or whatever I feel led to do. and prayers, speaking things into existence. Sometimes I'm given things to speak out loud. Do it. And this client of mine, one of my favorite clients that I work with on a consistent basis, had an experience of healing and releasing this energy, and confirmed to me through certain keywords, and colander being one of them, the impact that the work has had, right? So at the time he didn't know I did it, but it was literally the same day or the next day that he spoke this to me, and it was really cool. Anyway, so there was that. Either way, I love you. You're amazing. You're beautiful. You're needed. And yeah, I love you.